ASUS have a lot of new gaming laptops at Computex 2019. We'll start off by looking at the new Strix G, Hero 3, and Scar 3, followed by the new Zephyrus GA502, GU502, and GX502 gaming laptops. I'll also get hands-on with a 4K 120Hz gaming laptop for the first time to see what all the hype is about. Let's start with the new Strix G, which is available in both 15 and 17-inch models, and also available with the latest specs, including Intel i5-9300H or i7-9750H CPUs, or NVIDIA GTX 1650, 1660 Ti, RTX 2060 or 2070 graphics. The 15-inch is available with a 120Hz IPS level screen, while the 17-inch goes up to 144Hz. It's made of brushed plastic and has an RGB light bar running around the left, front, and right sides, giving it this sort of underglow effect. Interestingly, there is no I/O on the right at all, so right-handed mouse users can rejoice that cables won't get in the way while gaming. The left has 3 USB Type-A ports and a 3.5mm audio combo jack. The lid is also brushed plastic, and the ROG logo has a mirrored finish. Underneath is pretty clean, just air exhausts towards the back half of the device. The rest of the I/O is on the back, and includes Ethernet, HDMI 2.0B, and power input. The only air exhausts are on the back corners too, so no hot air blowing on your hands. The Strix G also seems to be available in their new Glacier Blue, so black isn't your only option. The Hero 3 is the successor to the older Hero 2, and this one can be spec'd up quite high. We've also got the same i5 or i7 options as the Strix G, however you can also get the i9-9880H, which has 8 cores and 16 threads, pretty crazy. Otherwise the GPU options are similar. You can pick from GTX 1660 Ti, RTX 2060 or 2070. We've got 15 and 17-inch options available here. However, the screen choice is larger, as both are available with 144Hz or 240Hz 3ms panels. The overall design is quite similar to the Strix G, but you'll notice we have an optional numpad on the touchpad if you need it, rather than with the keyboard. Again, like the Strix G, we've also got the same light bar running along the left, front, and right-hand sides, giving that underglow effect. I/O is similar too. Nothing at all on the right ensures no cables will get in the way of your mouse hand, though we've got side air exhausts now, which should help with cooling. The right is also the same as the Strix G, with 3 USB Type-A ports and 3.5mm audio combo jack. It's got Ethernet port, HDMI 2.0B output, and USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-C port with DisplayPort. The top has the familiar brushed plastic design, while the bottom is again just air intakes towards the back half. Next up, we've got the Scar 3. And just looking at the spec sheet on the ASUS website, it's the same as the Hero 3. Not only that, but the overall design is pretty much identical to the Hero, at least as far as I could tell at the booth. Same 3 USB ports and 3.5mm jack on the left, with no I/O and just air exhaust on the right, and Ethernet, HDMI, and Type-C port on the back. If you know what the difference is between the Scar 3 and Hero 3, definitely let me know in the comments. It was subtle with the Hero 2 and Scar 2 already, so if the 3 versions are even more similar, it's hard to see what the point of having the 2 is. The Strix G, Hero 3, and Scar 3 all have this section that sticks out the back behind the screen, which is meant to help improve thermals. So we'll have to see how that goes when I get these machines in for testing. The fact that you can get them all without max-Q and up to RTX 2070 is excellent. Like the older generations, these should offer plenty of power for gaming and other tasks. The ASUS Stuff FX 505DU with AMD Ryzen 7 3750H and NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti was also on show, but I didn't focus on it as I've got that back home and will be finishing the review when I return from Computex, so make sure you're subscribed for that one. Let's move on to the Zephyrus series, which has traditionally been the more expensive premium side in the past. However, ASUS have introduced some interesting lower-end options. I've received a huge amount of requests to check out the Zephyrus G GA502, and I can see why. It's available with AMD Ryzen 7 3750H CPU, NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti graphics, and 15.6-inch 60Hz or 120Hz screen, making it a nice budget-friendly gaming laptop. The overall design is similar to other Zephyrus laptops, with a little air intake towards the back of the machine. Unlike the higher-end options though, the bottom does not lift up, so it's got air intake vents underneath as well. I can only assume the cooling must be good like others in the Zephyrus series, as it's still under 2cm thick, but we'll find out when I get it to review. The top, on the other hand, is the familiar brushed texture with ROG logo like all the others. And on the back, there are just air exhaust vents towards the corners. The Zephyrus MGU502 appears to be very similar, except that it's based on an Intel processor instead of AMD. In this case, we've got the 6-core i7-9750H, and considering the i5-8300H beats the Ryzen 3750H, this should be a big boost in CPU power. For the GPU, it's available with GTX 1660 Ti, but you can go up to the next level with RTX 2062. The 15.6-inch 1080p screen is also faster, at 144Hz or 240Hz. So in terms of specs, a bit better all round when compared to the GA502 just shown before. It's also got per-key RGB lighting, and overall the finish just looks a little nicer in my opinion. On the left from the back, there's an air exhaust, power, Ethernet, HDMI 2.0B, USB Type-A, and 3.5mm audio jacks. On the right, there's a USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-C port with DisplayPort 1.4, 2 USB Type-A ports, air exhaust, and Kensington lock. The back is just air exhaust vents towards the corners, and the bottom is air intakes towards the back, similar to the GA502 in that regard, and again the same brushed lid with ROG logo as well. Next up was the Zephyrus S GX502, another one that has been pretty heavily requested on the channel. They've also got it in the new Glacier Blue color too, so not just black only. It's a bit hard to properly see the color on the show floor due to all of the colored lighting in the booth. Unlike the GA502 and GU502, the GX502 has the traditional Zephyrus design where the back rises up to improve cooling when you open the lid. The I/O on both the left and right of the GX502 appears to be the same as the GU502, so I won't bother repeating it. The lid has the same design as the others, though I think the new Glacier Blue does seem to look a bit better than the black ones, or maybe it's just good to look at something a bit different. No big air intakes on the bottom of the GX502, as they're not needed. The bottom panel towards the back comes down when the lid opens, and again, just air exhausts towards the corners on the back. The keyboard and touchpad are in the traditional position, a nice change from the older GX501, which had the keyboard down the front and air intake towards the back. So it will be interesting to see how thermals go with this design, considering it's available with higher specs now too. As for those specs, it's available with the i7-9750H CPU and RTX 2060 or 2070 graphics. They don't list it as using Max-Q, and other sources seem to indicate the 2070 is Max-P, so that's pretty crazy for a 1.9cm thin machine. But based on what I've seen from other Zephyrus laptops, I am expecting the thermals to be under control. The GX502 also has a 15.6-inch 1080p 144Hz or 240Hz screen, both with 3ms response time and 100% sRGB. And to top it all off, you can switch between Optimus mode for better battery life or G-Sync for improved performance. So this one is looking quite good. ASUS were also showing off the new 4K 120Hz panel in the GX502 that was announced at the Nvidia event. They had Overwatch up for you to play, which is a game that can actually still get high FPS at 4K, and it looked great. Still extremely smooth, and I guess more pixels, but I admit I can't really notice 4K at 15 inches that easily myself. This could be a great option for someone that needs a 4K panel for, say, photo editing, then runs games at 1080p for higher performance while still getting the benefits of 120Hz from the same machine. Unless you're playing esports titles, forget running most games at 4K with laptop hardware. They had another GX502 with the new 15-inch 4K AMOLED screen, and it looked excellent, though you'll be limited to 60Hz with this version, but could be great for content creators that are fine with 60Hz gaming. Other than that, ASUS were also showing off a portable 240Hz screen attached to a Nintendo Switch. If you're after more info on that one, check the card in the top right corner for the video by Hardware Unboxed. But it made me realize I should look into external screens more, as video editing at Computex with just one could be improved with something like this. Let me know which of these laptops you want me to review on the channel first down in the comments. And if you're new, get subscribed for those upcoming videos as well as the rest of my Computex 2019 coverage.